Allow yourself grace and forgive yourself for still being in the process of becoming. You are not perfect, but we are only perfect through God. And that is all that matters. And that's how we must see ourselves, is through the lens of God's heart. As we are eternal, and God gives us grace for not being perfect and for having shortcomings in the physical, because we are connected, we are eternal souls, and we are part of this incredible unfolding that is happening all throughout consciousness. The awakening and the ascension of planet Earth, and all of us coming out of darkness and seeing the light and seeing the love, and realizing that we have signed up for this great healing, this miracle that God is unfolding, and the whole universe is with us. We are so loved and divinely supported. And you know, we're not alone. And we're not expected to be perfect, because we are growing. We are always in the path of becoming, but we are still masterpieces of God. We have all gone through darkness. We've all gone through and met our shadows. And really listened to God and opened our hearts to the universe and everything that it's been telling us. We've been remembering, and we've been in this process for a really long time. Since whenever time isn't linear, so it doesn't really apply. We've been a part of this transition, our souls and our energy and everything, for generations upon generations. And you know, now we're coming out of the slumber. We're no longer in the third dimension, and we see that we are these incredibly amazing and powerful, benevolent souls that have been doing this spiritual alchemy to manifest this shift and to help humanity to take back their power, so we can go proudly into the golden age of freedom, of light, of truth, of sovereignty, with the Most High, with Divine Source Creator. We signed up here for this, and it's amazing. It is amazing what is unfolding in this world around us, and what God is doing for us, and in this healing process. And only the really strong really get to fully understand their true divine powers, because it takes a lot of courage to go that path, and to turn within, to tap into your Creator. We go through the metamorphosis process. We go and turn within, and then we, through that work and through that alchemy, we get to unlock portals and higher dimensions of consciousness. And we anchor in the heavens to the earth. We are messengers for the Most High, conduits of the divine. I have been feeling stuck lately, and I know that that is just another part of my growth, and part of my struggle is that I am the butterfly, and my wings are ready and I'm flying, but God is still working on me to make me even stronger and even more beautiful and in alignment with my job. I am, my soul mission, my sacred work. And God is still master crafting me, and I'm finding that this is truly unlimited and incredible. When you give your life to the Most High, expect miracles to open up and unfold. You have no idea who you are until you see yourself through God's eyes and through God's heart, and you start to remember. And Creator loves us so incredibly much. We would not be here if we weren't. We felt like checking out different times of our life, but we didn't, because we felt this longing in our hearts to make it better so that others wouldn't have to suffer, so that our next generation and children won't have to go through the obstacles and the things that we went through. So we hung in there through the hardships. We hung in there through, absolute devastation, heartbreak, betrayal, backstabbing, and, just always being attacked by the devil, by the dark forces, for having a light within you. This is what we go through, but through this process, we break through every limited thought or belief that we once held on to heal and manifest higher timelines and shift timelines into a more godly aligned state. That takes real work and sacrifice. That takes real emotional alchemy. Being a Pisces, Gemini rising, Aquarius moon is the ride of a life. I'm telling you, this incarnation is not easy at all, but it was, we are playing on the hardest level, but we are winning, finally. It's through God and through our surrendering to the Most High that we are able to really bring our highest selves through and to embody it and to know that that is us. We're not just playing the part. We have always been divine. There's definitely different stages along the way, feeling the imposter syndrome and, feeling like how, that unworthiness of God's love, but that you are worthy. When God tells you that God sees you and you get to see yourself through God's eyes, you better get ready. You better get ready, because you're going to make the transformation. You're going to be on a lightning speed ascension. You're going to go on a journey that, it's really at your own pace, at whatever pace you're comfortable with, but you are loved. You are supported. You are guided by the Most High. It takes a deep level of trust and commitment and hanging in there, and through the hard times, just having the knowing that it's all for a higher purpose, and you'll get through it because you are loved. We go through so many things, don't we? And we feel it all. We feel the shift through our own lives, through our own struggles along the way. But what God is really building within us is peace, is freedom. And He is master crafting our wings. It comes to a total surrendering where you just say, okay, God, take it all and work your magic, work your miracles. And I trust you. I let you in, and I give myself to you fully. Because God knows us better than we know ourselves. We put the pieces together quite well, and we are also masters at solving these equations and understanding the quantum. But we're working on divine levels. We're working with universal energies for our healing, and this is bringing through real power, real light, and this is something that feels new to us as humans, because this incarnation we were so attacked by the devil that it tried to make us think that we were opposite of powerful, that we were weak, and that we were small. And it was really just part of the simulation to make us badasses and to make us remember who we really are with God, and to freeing ourselves, because now we can't be manipulated or tricked into we know ourselves without question, and we are unflinching in our faith, because we know that God is unfolding these miracles in this world, and that we are a part of it. I was on the roof sunbathing a little bit ago, and I don't even know if I can put it into words really, but they are giving me so much clarity about the transition that we're going through. And that I am healing in divine timing. Even if I get impatient with myself, sometimes there are parts of us that we aren't quite ready to look at, or that healing is coming up, the triggers are there, but it hurts us too much to really open that. Right now I'm feeling like I've been trying to hold things together, and that maybe I need to just let go and surrender it all. Though I've done that so many times in my life, it feels like I really want to hold on to something, to someone, to some kind of sense of stability or anchoring to this earth, to this world. So I wanted to have my mission, to have my land, to have my garden and sanctuary, so I could help the others and live in a high vibrational place where I'm not where the devil doesn't have access to me or to those in my tribe, where we can truly be sovereign in our energies and live in higher alignment with our soul missions and with Mother Earth, because we are anchoring these energies. I really want that highest timeline for myself and for all of us, you know, for my family, for my tribe, for my community, and for Mother Earth as a whole, all of humanity. Because I see it so clearly, and God has given within me the light to help uplift those around me, those in the world who are in alignment with God. We have learned our gifts as healers and learned to master ascension. And we know that everything is vibrational. We are the conductors of this electricity that is flowing through us. And we can use our energy and our frequency to build our empire back, to help everyone on Earth to be sovereign and awakened and living in their alignment with their highest plan, and that they are actively on the Earth level working and walking in their true purpose. We can have that, and it's a possibility that can unfold in this world. And I refuse to believe that, as hard as God has worked on me and everything that we've gone through, that we're still here, and that God has awakened us to show us the way to freedom. You know, that we're not meant to do it, that we're meant to settle for hell when we can be creating heaven. I cannot allow others' limited thoughts and beliefs to rub off on me. When people say humanity's not ready, when people tell me what they're telling me is they don't think that they're ready. And I respect that, but you know, everyone in divine timing. But the ones who don't think that we can, or who aren't ready, they shouldn't stop the ones who do. Who know that we can change things, and who are inspired to do it, to take initiative, and to, we've worked this healing. We've won this war already in the astral. It's a done deal. We have inherited the earth. We are the chosen ones. And God has us here on a divine assignment for freedom and peace and prosperity. We have been exposing the lies and the manipulation and the deceit and the darkness that has been casting black magic and mind control illusions over humanity. These are parasites that have been siphoning from our fear, from our suffering, from our pain. Because they can't connect to God on the level that we can. They have to siphon ours and to keep us down. It is by so many miracles of God that I am here, and that I'm awake, and that I'm talking, and that I am speaking of this. I am a witness to these great miracles, because God is doing it from within. And I'm seeing it vibrate outwardly in the world. And I know that this is all coming together. That God's been in control this entire time. You know, it's God. On all sides of it is that God is in total control, and that this is all a divine alchemy that is unfolding for us. And we are the recipients. We are the ones that God is doing it for. God is doing it all to remind us of our true power and potential. In order for us to awaken to our power, we have to feel powerless. We have to go through the emotions and through the struggles to really tap into our strength. So as low as things have to go in the world, we understand that it is all for a higher purpose. And every wave that humanity goes through, another terrorist attack or shooting or pandemic or something that we go through, that it's all unfolding so that humanity will wake up and see behind the illusion. And to understand that we are part of something so much more beautiful. We are being uplifted. God is telling us not to feed the parasites. To face our fears head on and be in a vibrational frequency of love and freedom, not fear and slavery. I don't always know what's going to come through, but I just trust and I surrender that what needs to channel will channel, and it will hit the right ears, and everything is just coming through, and I'm just a vessel, multi-dimensional, and I'm in so many different dimensions. I'm in so many different levels of consciousness. The book The Giver is a book that I always loved. My favorite teacher, Miss Modick, she made sure to read that to our class. It's written by Lois Lowry, and it's actually a quartet now. So there's a few other books that she wrote that followed it, and it is a masterpiece, and really, really beautiful books to read. And Jonas, he is, they made a movie of it too, with Meryl Streep, I think, and some other people. And Jonas is a gifted young man in a futuristic dystopian society that is run on control and order, and not emotions or the divine. And they really try to keep everyone in a low vibration and in their niches in this world, so that they're not really fully conscious. But Jonas, he is chosen to be the one receiver of memory. So he was the one that was to carry the weight of the world, the weight of knowing the heavy things that they didn't want the rest of the community to know about. And, you know, through that, he had to really, he was really tested, and like, what do I do? I've got to save them, and I've got to change this, because it's not right. It's wrong. And he had to really find his power to do it, and take his chance when it came, and standing up for what's right, standing up for what he believes. And I relate to that book so much, because I am the receiver of memory. I have been anointed by the Most High, and I have been going through a spiritual rebirth process where Source is recoding me to my eternal soul and my understanding of the Divine Master Plan and the events that are unfolding, and my role in it as a guide, as an ambassador, as a chosen one, as a leader of the light. So it's the book touches home a lot, and I recommend it if you haven't checked it out. We're doing something different in the world that some will not understand yet, but energetically we are plugged into what's happening. And through our love, through our prayers, and through our connection and oneness with Source, we are creating a ripple effect. We are loving the world into healing and to remembering. And we are upholding our vibrational frequency so that we can help others around us to ascend. We are doing this in divine flow with Mother Earth. We are chakra aligned, and we are taking in and receiving and shining the light of Source. And we are bringing through our highest selves into gameplay, as we are the avatars for our multi-dimensional God selves. I know the world is going to change so rapidly when we realize that the technology, the most advanced technology, is us. It's not AI. It's not artificial. It is organic. It is Source. It is our DNA. And we are so quantumly advanced that we can take ownership of our evolution. We can master our DNA for us to embody the highest timeline for all of humanity, that we can manifest miracles by connecting to Source, to God, to love. And that's how we'll break free from the ones who are trying to enslave humanity. Love wins, it was always love that was going to win this war. And we are here. We've gone through darkness. We embodied the light. We are the victors of this spiritual warfare. The devil did everything to try to keep us down, yet still we continued to rise to our highest potential and to trust God and to do that healing. And there was nothing that could stop this. God has scripted this whole divine story to unfold. And we are living miracles every moment. That's what I choose to absolutely focus my energy on, because it would be a disservice to God if I didn't. God has worked countless miracles to get me here, to keep me alive, to help me heal my broken wings and remember my soul. For me to go back and play small in the world and be like, okay, well, yeah, thanks God, but, I think I'd rather be a slave and live beneath my potential, even though you have worked above and beyond to show me how much you love me and how important my life is to this world. But I prefer being the shrunken version of myself and being less. It's not like that. You can't do that, and you can't walk away from your highest purpose. You can't. And you will continue to have failure after failure after failure until you truly align to your highest timeline. And that is a blessing, because everything that you go through is preparation for your success. So if it doesn't happen yet, and it's because the situation wasn't optimal yet, God's still working on you. Maybe the people that you were aligned with weren't meant to go with you. Maybe that's what the holdup was. But don't worry. Keep going. Your patience will pay off, and that a harder path is a higher purpose. So remember that and keep going. Keep working harder. Keep giving more. Keep rising. Keep growing. And don't let anyone try to stop you or hold you down, or to make you feel like you deserve less when God created you for more. Don't settle for less than you deserve. When you put in really hard work with God, God won't let you settle. In fact, if you are uncomfortable in your life and in your connections, then God will remove them from your life and remove the situation to get you to realign to your higher timeline. God will not give up on us, and when we realize that, and when we really surrender to God and for the highest timeline, and we give our all to manifesting it, God reveals it to us. But we can't be impatient. We can't let ego take the steering wheel, because that will most certainly create another disaster, another thing for us to heal from. If the alignment isn't right, then you will have to keep repeating. In that process, everything comes up, but we have to realize that we are the ones creating it. We are the conscious creators. We are the manifestors of our holographic simulation. And if there's something that we're not opening up for healing, then it's going to block us from our highest timeline, from our highest potential. So we all have to be really honest with ourselves. We all have to really, truly do the work. That is the ultimate way to freedom, is knowing that you have the keys to unlocking all of it within. And that is amazing, and it's beautiful, and it's a blessing. You gotta believe in yourself, you gotta believe in God, and take, walk that path to healing yourself and to remembrance of who you really are. Because you are powerful. You are the one creating it. You are the master of your hologram, of this simulation. Ooh, my tea's hot. Let's see. I gotta go to the gym today. I've been down with a headache the past couple days. I think I've had some ascension symptoms. I think that's what it is. I've been feeling it in my pineal gland mostly. And I've been feeling the need for rest because of the influx of downloads that have been coming in. And so I've taken a little bit of time to rest and to integrate and heal. But now I'm feeling restored, I'm feeling good, and I'm feeling like I want to get to the gym, get in the sauna, and get really feeling alive in my vessel. So I'm gonna go and do that after this video, and I think I just really want everyone to feel good about where we're going, where we're headed. And knowing that God is in control, that we are divinely supported, we are divinely protected. Our frequency is a force field that will keep us protected. It's like having an electric fence around us, and anyone who is low vibrational will be seen, and they can't deceive the light. That any demon they try to suppress or dark shadow that they haven't healed, they will give us a tell. And that vibrationally we can't align to those who refuse to do the inner work. because we've healed more than our share for the collective of Mother Earth. We've been through more hardships than most can imagine because of who we are as souls and what our missions are on Earth. We're not human. We're angels. We have transmuted a lot to bring our highest selves through. And we're doing what we can to keep a balance between, you know, these different dimensions. We're our highest selves, and we are our future selves that have come back and awakened now as starseeds to remember and to shift timelines into higher dimensions where we're no longer slaves on Earth, where we are sovereign and we are all children of God living in divine alignment with our highest selves, with our Creator. God, we signed up here to do a lot, didn't we? And you know, it's really coming to that tipping point in where we know how much work we've put in to this. You know, we are doing this work in prayer with God consciously and have been for some time. Our prayers and our love and our energy that we are taking to our guides, to our God, to our angels, they are shaping us and shifting us and aligning us to our true divine powers and destiny. We have infinite potential, and we are the creators of this simulation. And when we are consciously aware of it, we can change things. We can bend timelines and shift the outer world to be in a better flow with the inner world. Because as we start to awaken and we come through as souls, we start to see that this outer world, they tried to create a matrix of a prison for our minds to keep us in a low state of consciousness and fear. It's not sustainable for our souls and for where we're going, and we got to change things on the earth level. We have to help spread healing and truth into the world, to empower others to living in their divine powers as creators. Because we're not going to shift things by playing small. We're not going to... I just don't see it. I think and I feel that God wants us to realize that our freedom is within. And I just think that we can all do that and help each other to do that. So we're not living in scarcity or lack, where we're living in true abundance with Source, where we are growing our food and living in a natural way with Gaia, and we are living in a way to where we are truly living in good energy, and we are using that energy to manifest beauty and freedom into the world. We can all, and we are all doing this already, but the veil has got to go. The age of light means total transparency, total truth. And we can no longer have these governments trying to, they think that they won't even tell us who the pedophiles are. It's all been control and manipulation the whole time. And, as bad as it gets, you know that darkness is activating the light. But we can turn and divert our energy away from our oppressors. We can go within, tap into Source, tap into God, heal ourselves into eternal oneness, and bring our highest missions through our waking consciousness. We can rapidly shift things by bringing through our highest selves. We can create heaven on earth. If we all do this, we will have it in no time. True sovereignty is in our healing. It is in the pain that we take to God. It is in the love and the remembering that we are eternal with Source. That we are all here on a divine mission. And that if we serve the light and we serve God's highest plan, then we are blessed beyond limit. We are the receivers of the crown, and we are shining our light for all to see. We are helping everyone to know that their path, their salvation is within. We don't need to live in lack or suffering any longer. We can choose a gentle and loving way of life, where we all are happy for each other, not in competition, not threatened by each other's growth, but we are encouraging over each other in our victories and in our ascension with God. Instead of trying to tear others down, we can lift them up and lift up ourselves. The golden age is an age of love and divine freedom. It is a vibrational frequency, and you can't fake your way to reaching it. Chosen ones, God's anointed, we are blessed. We are the receivers of memory. We have gone through such darkness, but we are warriors of the light, and we are shining it. We are living it. We are understanding it, and we are surrendering to it. I think that there's been some things in my life that have been holding me back, and maybe I have accepted or settled for less than I deserve yet again. And I'm not afraid to be honest with myself and to admit it, because that is part of healing. And I know in my heart that I am meant for more than my current situation. I know that God has put within me all the codes that are needed to manifesting the highest timeline for all. And I have a mission here to do so. That I am going to bring, and I am bringing, a lot of light through. I am the portal between the heavens and the earth. I am a bringer of light. And we can all be free. We can all be free, but we have to choose it. We have to choose to walk with God and to unite. The separation was the devil's greatest illusion, and many have fallen for it. Many are still living in it, and I know that it's not permanent, and I believe in my heart that love will win and unity will happen. We are God's chosen, and we have the light to lead to freedom, to a new earth. We've been through so much on this journey, but throughout the trials and tribulations, we really found our truth. And we are walking it, we are living it, we are embodying it. The age of light is all of us living in our divine authority, because we know we are here for more than what the devil thinks we should be doing. We are all meant to serve our healing mission and to help others. We help ourselves by giving and surrendering our lives to God, and then we become vessels for God's light to light up this world, to shine through us. And that is the way. We are walking the path, and we are shining that for all to see and to understand and to embody. So we've already won this war, but everyone gets there themselves in divine timing when they choose to come to light. whatever darkness they're going through. I wish them strength and in the process, because God is doing it for us at all times. So if you could please pray for me and wish me strength for my life in this journey that I walk with God. For I don't know exactly what is next, but I know what I have been praying for. And I trust God, and I trust everything that's unfolding, and I trust the timing of it. And I feel tired sometimes. I feel human and small, and I feel fragile. Though I know that I'm not. I am hurting. I am hurting. And it's something that is not easy for me. I've been homeless since 2021, and I realize that my home is with God, and I take it with me wherever I go. And that the struggles of my life have made me so strong. And I am grateful for everything that I've gone through. Even, the most tragic of things. I have extracted so much strength through that. But I feel that I am meant for more than this current situation, for living in any kind of lack or not having the land, not having the resources, not having the abundance that I know that spiritually I am, I've already earned. And I know that I'm rising, and I know that God's doing it and transforming everything from within, and that I am already crowned queen as far as the spirit realm goes. Because God knows that I've given my love to His highest plan. God knows that I have been serving humanity to the best of my ability, and that I've been devoted and will continue to be devoted no matter what. Because my love has been tested, and I have been hurt, and I have still picked myself up and carried myself through. Because I know that my soul family needs me. I know that God needs me, and I'm here with a purpose. So I continue to stay resilient and get stronger despite the hardships and the battles that we have in life. Through that, I just remain in a constant state of gratitude, because I know that regardless of what's happening in the outer world, that God is doing it for me to heal and to sometimes God needs us to feel the discomfort of living a life that is not matched to our soul, to our highest frequency and our highest potential. That we need to feel that discomfort so that we can really grow and to want to get out of our cocoons and expand and rise and fly to new heights. So even through that, I'm grateful. I don't know what's next, and I don't, I just know that if I had the resources right now to, I would be out there on some land, buying some land, creating healing missions, helping bring together divine beings who have incarnated here for this sacred mission, and working together, apprenticing each other. Healers need to work with other healers, and that we can help heal and activate each other's chakras to higher abilities, so that we can also empowering each other to have our own healing missions in places where we teach and where we can have teachers. That is what New Earth is going to look like, and we want to make it happen. We don't want to be limited by money or these earthly constructs that were designed to create scarcity in a world where we are truly limitless with God. I've lived in scarcity my whole life, and I know that these are wounds that I have had to heal within myself. That I know that my natural state is abundance, and that I am in constant abundance with God every moment of my life as I'm going through this awakening process. I am telling God and telling the universe what I will settle for, what I won't settle for, and they are telling me who I really am, and helping me remember. So we are growing our outer worlds with our inner worlds. We're expanding and evolving from within. And every time we level up, we need to change our outer world as well. I really have so many gifts from God and amazing gifts as a healer that I can use to help others, not just through speaking and through doing YouTube videos or but on a bigger scale as well. I know I'm ready for it. I know that I can handle anything, really. I choose to be in the spiritual end of things, really, because that's where my true powers lie. But I can handle the matrix, and I can handle, the other aspects of it as well. Is that if I am truly in alignment to my highest timeline, then I'll have all the money and resources and land to create a free and sovereign world. And we will find our communities, get our land, to work our healing, to work our miracles, and to help everyone to be vibrating as their highest self, living their highest timeline. And through that, we will inspire others to do the same, and to build their tribes and their communities and their healing missions. And that's how we're all going to do it. You know, it starts from within, and then we expand it outwardly. And this is evolving. It feels like the physical is always the last to unfold. You know, we've done so much work in the spiritual realm, but in the physical, it's like, okay, why is this taking so long? And I'm you know, like, God's teaching us patience, and we are being refined in this process. We've come so far that we are like, okay, now let's really come out of the cocoon and break beyond limitation and start flying. We're feeling the surmounting pressure of it, and we realize that we are in the pressure cooker, but we're being refined by God, and that we're really ready to come out. You know, our whole lives were designed by God for this great alchemy and for this shift. And we've been in a master training simulation from God this entire time. So, yeah, if you could pray for me, and support me, and support what we are manifesting for New Earth. Because I'm not alone. I am with God. I am with my highest self, with the angels, with the extraterrestrials, and with my ancestors. So we are here to change things, and we need your support. We need your prayers. We need your love. We need you to believe in us, because God believes in us. God truly believes in us, or we would not be here. We wouldn't have come so far. And, you know, I've surrendered my bad habits. I've surrendered people. I've walked away from timelines that were shown to be unhealthy for me. I have gone through heartbreak and left people who I loved because my soul will not let me tolerate disrespect. We are so sacred. And we're too sacred for this world that was created to enslave us. All of us. But inside of us, a better world exists. That you are part of this. And there is an aching, a longingness in your heart where you know that you weren't meant to settle. That you were meant for something so much more. And that you are not doing anyone any favors by shrinking yourself to fit in a world that was designed to oppress. You are worthy. And you are powerful. And you have it within you to change it. To manifest higher timelines. To manifest miracles. You can do anything. With God, all things are possible. You deserve it. I deserve it. We all deserve it. And unity will come. I know that ego has a hard time letting go sometimes. That ego has been there to try to protect ourselves, to protect our hearts from the evils of this world. But in the end, that ego will sabotage you. That you are protecting yourself from your blessings by not surrendering it. Let go of that demon. Release it. Know that love does mean vulnerability. It does mean healing those wounds, not masking them. So you're not helping anyone by just masking your wounds with ego. You are giving the devil access to controlling your vessel, your ship, your actions. And that if you don't heal that, then you are doing the devil's work. You are manifesting for the devil. And that you'll continue to do dark deeds, to spread pain and suffering and darkness into the world because you don't fix what is broken. We have free will, and God has made sure of that. We choose our timelines by the energy that we give. If we give love, then we are unlocking higher timelines for ourselves. If we give hate, or sin, fear, jealousy, greed, envy, and we're manifesting that into our lives. So truly in the end, the good people will win. There is justice in the universe. God has won this war. Now your soul gets to choose. If you want freedom and you want divinity, if you want to live in the age of light, or if you want to continue to go through the pain and the suffering of living in ego and in lack. But it's an easy decision for me, at least. I know that darkness will not win. And I am devoted fully to God and God's highest plan. And I think that we just need to support other light warriors for New Earth. We need to empower other awakened souls to aligning to our highest purpose, and we need to start taking back the land, as we are living and walking in our divine authority. God is making sure that we take back everything that the devil tried to rob from us. These miracles are real and they're unfolding, and it's a new thing for us. But it is the best thing for us. It's what God has intended for us all along, before we even knew who we were, before we remembered. So I'm gonna wrap it up here and remind you to check all my links below. Follow me on other platforms. You know that truth speakers are often censored, and in this world, and we need to be aware of that and do everything we can to help support one another as missionaries of God and light warriors for New Earth. We've got to really create strong communities, to places where we can be high vibrational and encourage each other and empower each other, and walking in and accepting our divine inheritance. The earth is ours to create and manifest the reality that we choose. And we're doing it together. We got to help each other. So be part of Infinity Rising. Be part of our mission for New Earth. Like, comment, share, subscribe, donate. I still have a Gofundme up, and links to donate, Venmo, PayPal, Cashapp, everything in the description. I have a Patreon, and as I continue to grow, I'm going to continue to share along the way, and to speak what's unfolding. Right now, we're still in the process of trying to get land, so I need all hands on deck. I need help. I need for your prayers, your donations, anything you can do to help us get our mission off the ground. Really, and I don't want to say off the ground, because our mission is spiritual, but maybe I should say get it on the ground, get our mission on the ground, so that we're really, we need the places to do it. We need the space. And I am mobile. I live in an RV with my husband, so we can go to land when we have land, and start working and building and creating and growing our mission from there. When we bring in other chosen ones, and share our sanctuary with them, we'll be able to really get our healing mission in a higher alignment, so that we're able to work as a community of healers together and unify our armies of angels for New Earth and collaborate. because we are all part of the light. We are all part of New Earth, and we all have insights and healing that is unique to us, and we are abundant in these gifts. So we can continue to grow, expand, share, and evolve. But we can't do that without your help. So it is of most importance to find your community, to find your tribes, to find other light workers, light warriors like myself who are speaking truth and trying to get our missions on the ground. And we've got a lot of souls to save, and we'll have to really take energetic accountability for how we spend our energy, how we spend our money. If we are helping feed and empower other light workers and angels for New Earth, then we are co-creating a better world with that soul. If you are a soul who longs for true freedom and true evolution, then consider supporting Infinity Rising, because I am relentless in this, and I've been going full force into my soul mission as best as I can, even though I have not had the resources to imagine what I would be able to do once I have the resources. It's on another level. You know, I would love the opportunity to help as many souls as I can. And, you know, anything that you can give or do to help makes a difference. I love you, and I thank you. You know, if you share a video, if you talk to others about what we're doing and about how we're leaning into our soul missions from God and expanding and growing and evolving, this is unfolding. So I want to continue to manifest higher timelines and freedom for all. We are beautiful souls with unlimited potential, and there is no limit. Infinity Rising is a soul mission for true freedom and light and heaven on earth. So I welcome you to join and be part of our army of angels. All my links and everything are below in the description, and I thank you for your incarnation, for your energy, for your love, for your healing, and for your devotion to God. I love you, and God bless you. Till next time. Bye, guys.